Christine from Pack Hacker. In this video, we're testing the Level 8 Voyageur Carry-On 20-inch, which I've been testing for 2 weeks. Let's jump in. So like a lot of hard side bags, the Voyageur is made with polycarbonate, but it is German Macrolon polycarbonate, which I have to say just feels so much sturdier and like rigid, but not too rigid. Just really, really more durable than even some other polycarbonate bags that I've tested, especially recently. So definitely like this. This went to California and back, so Detroit to, it went cross country, Midwest to the West Coast and back, and really like there's no, and also like in a hotel and Ubers and cars and whatever, like there's no scratches, nothing. There's some dirt, it wiped right off. Like there was just that white dirt that you get from airplanes, wiped right off. There's like I couldn't really find hardly any imperfections from the trip, which is good because I've had lots of other bags that we've tested that, gosh, I just put them in the trunk of my car and they pick up scratches. So I do think it helps that both on the bottom here where you can't see and then on the side are these little feet. So when you do set it down, like it's protecting it some. Obviously it's still gonna have to slide into the main compartment, which it does well, fit just fine on a Delta flight. Delta is one of the more permissible ones, but it does fit even though it's a tiny bit deeper than their measurements say is allowed, but I had no problem getting it on the Delta flight and fitting it in the overhead compartment. So that is that. We have just a small Level 8 logo here. This is the dark olive colorway, so you can see it, but there's also black and navy and you don't see it as much, but it's so unobtrusive. Maybe you don't care. I didn't really care. We do have nice carry handles on both the right side here and the top. They just sort of extend out. They feel rubbery, but not like too rubbery, like it's not squishy. I don't know, it feels very soft. And so they're very comfortable to carry even like upstairs and pulling it out of the bin and everything like that. And then, you know what, while I'm down here, let's talk about the wheels because they are nicely inset with these reinforced corners and they spin very nicely. They are rubbery, so they glide very smoothly over a variety of surfaces and they're not noisy, which is appreciated. Airports are noisy enough, we don't need to add to it. I had no issues changing directions, going over multiple different kinds of surfaces. You know, if it's really rough, you'll have to drag it behind you, but that really goes with almost any rolling bag, so I don't hold it against it. Then we do have, here's the YKK zipper and it clicks into a TSA approved lock. And the only thing I will say is, we'll talk about this more later, but there's a bit of play in that zipper track. So if you have this overstuffed or empty and it's not completely lined up, you can have a little issue. It just takes a little more effort to get it going. The telescoping handle is much wider than usual here, but it works really well. It's very much more stable and it provides more capacity for packing inside. So we'll talk more about it later, but basically you press the button to pull it up and it does its job as you would expect, but I want to show you more about it next. It's so wide that it's actually easier to show you out here what I was talking about the handle. So as you can see, it is as wide as the bag and it's located all the way in the back. That definitely makes things, I was really hesitant because it seemed so odd, but it really made things sturdier and more stable as you roll the bag along. There's like little to no play in the handle at all. So it turns nicely, it rolls over different surfaces nicely and all of that. And it's just a lot sturdier than other handles, like more narrow handles that I've tested. So while I was not super happy with it to begin with, because like basically you cannot use this with luggage pass-throughs. So the backpack I was using is actually a Topo Designs light pack. So I just set it on here. It's only an 18-liter bag, so it's no big deal. So it has such a wide base. You could set it on here and then just use the little carry handle with the handle, and it stayed put, but you could also put backpack handles over the handle if you wanted. You just got to realize you can't use those pass-throughs. But it does, like, it's really fun. You can put it all the way up high, and if you're tall enough, it works very well just to lean against while you're waiting in line. So, and it just creates more capacity for packing, as I'll show you when we get inside. But we've got 4 levels of adjustment here, and that pretty much meant everybody from me to my 6'4" dad had no problem using it. So if you are finding this video helpful, go ahead and click like and subscribe so we can keep bringing you content like this to help you travel smarter. Now, there are no secondary compartments in this. As with a lot of hard-sided luggage, you sort of give up those exterior pockets. This is no different. There's also no expansion zipper though, so we know exactly which zipper to open to get into the main compartment. So I'm gonna do that now. Just click those open, and it does open fully clamshell, which is nice, and basically it opens to be completely, it's basically your capacity is pretty much evenly divided in half. Maybe the back side is slightly taller, but barely. So the organization here is similar but different to a lot of other bags. We're gonna start on this front section where you see we have wet and dry storage. I use this for my toiletries, and I have to say, like, this works well if you're like me and you want to unpack your toiletry bag anyway, and I have TSA pre-check, so I definitely don't have to worry about pulling my toiletries out. However, I do always keep the liquids still like in a Ziploc bag just in case I would have to pull it out. So on this trip, I overfilled my body wash bottle, and so I just filled it to the top, which is a mistake, right? And between that and I did have it in a Ziploc bag, but also in this TPU bag. So it busted out of the bottle, it leaked out of the Ziploc bag, but I have to say this TPU bag, no problem. It completely contained it in here. So when I got to the hotel, all I found was some body wash in this pocket, not all over the rest of my clothing and other gear, which was a pleasant surprise to a not pleasant surprise, if you know what I mean. So definitely the pocket works. It will contain wet gear. If you don't want to use it for toiletries, it's also great for like a wet swimsuit if you want to take one last dip in the pool before coming back, stuff like that. But suffice it to say, definitely it worked. It did its job. It contained the wetness to just that one pocket and didn't let it spread to everything else, which would have been terrible. I've just got some dry toilet, not liquid toiletries down here, a hairbrush, a razor, and a makeup compact. So it's nice to just organize basically your liquids and your not liquids there if you are using it as a toiletry bag. Then to get into the rest of this, this is then just a zippered panel that you would use just like on any other suitcase. And once you unpacked that, you can see that this just is a big, wide open spot. We were going to Disneyland and the forecast was not great, so I brought extra shoes, I brought extra sweatshirts and stuff like that, and I had room for everything, which was nice because there is you have all the space to fill, which is really nice. So I had no problem bringing extra shoes. I like using this side for that more bulky gear just because you don't have the handle to deal with as you do usually. But let's pop over to the next one and you will see it really wasn't an issue on this side either. So this is just a zippered mesh panel. So it just keeps your gear in place instead of a lot of times on this side, they'll have compression straps. So it will be more open. The only thing I have to say is depending on how much you pack out these pockets on the front, you basically are giving up a little bit of capacity by having both panels there because, it's just zippered mesh and you don't, it can stretch out, but I don't know. We were trying to keep it flat just to be safe. And so felt like it lost a little bit of capacity with that, but it really wasn't that much. So as you can see in here, I've got a hoodie, and then I've got our typical Pack Hacker packing cubes here, but just to make it easier to show you. With that handle, how I was saying, like usually you'd see like 2 channels running down here, right? And you'd have to pack around them. A lot of times I use that for like socks and underwear to create a base and then put your packing cubes on top. Those channels are so far over to the edge. Now the handle does come down a bit, but you run into that with other bags as well. So it made you have a better base at the bottom to pack, to fill with packing cubes or clothing, and I just found it easier to fill with, like I said, a lot of bulky gear. I fit a 6-day trip, 6 days worth of gear in here. It was all my stuff. I didn't check any bags or anything like that, and I had no problem even with 3 hoodies and 2 pairs of shoes and all that stuff, because we were just afraid that clothing wouldn't dry fast enough if we got soaked. So it's really nice, you know, that handle looks different, but in reality, it ends up working out really well if you don't mind giving up the fact that you can't use a luggage pass-through. So there you have it, the Level 8 Voyageur Carry-On 20-inch. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next one.